And we're off.
We have Buffalax getting blocked in the white magic shop, which has exit, but he can't learn it.
There was only like rub and sleep 2 at the black magic shop.
So Will is immediately checking his weapon options. Rub, not a bad pickup here. The wooden nunchucks would be pretty nice too.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to beat up some imps just to get a start on things.
The sad times when you don't have any multi-target spells at the start.
At least you have Rub for Garland. Not having something to deal with him it's the worst feeling.
Yeah. But you know, the good old times with the silver daggers at Garland.
So Will levels up, level 2 across the board, gets about 2,000 gold to spend. So they should be able to buy some better equipment.
Yeah. Maybe some armor if there is like chain really cheap.
Looks like Buffalax is going right for the sabers.
Yeah, it's the best he can get at the moment, so...
And it looks like no tents, cabins, or houses, but heal potions are pretty cheap, so that'll be nice, as most runners like to pick up 90 of those.
Yeah. I have seen sheets that the heal potions were like 1,000 gold. It was awful.
Yeah, the 500% price seeds can be pretty brutal, especially early on. Looks like Will is electing to skip this fight while Buffalax is going to take it. It doesn't look like Buffalax saved at the inn after leaving town.
Yeah.
So if he, I don't know if he has rub charges left over or not.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Will's getting chased off by some skeletons here. But those heal potions he picked up are gonna pay off, and so is that heal staff he just picked up.
Yeah, I love that heal staff early on.
Yeah, that's gonna be very handy for both players. Yeah, it looks like Buffalax went with Harm too, and that's gonna really pay off here.
Yeah. With one red mage down though, sad times.
Will runs into a pack of wolves, wants nothing to do with it. He's going to try to get away, and it is not working. At this point, I would strongly consider just using the heal staff.
Yeah.
The white mage really has, and Will just resets. Bad run luck, causing him to basically stop dead in his tracks.
Yeah, I would do like you suggested, just use the heal staff on the white mage and run with the rest.
Yeah, the Y Mage just has the worst luck and agility at the beginning of the game. You're really not going to run with very much with the Y Mage.
Today I was actually lucky with White Mage. She did actually more running than the rest, so... But that's probably because I call it the White Mage Phil, you know?
Well, once you get a few levels for your White Mage, things get better, but just at the start, at like level 2 and 3, it's just awful.
Yeah.
And here we have Buffalax being the first to take down Garland. Pretty straightforward fight. Team full of folks holding sabers. So level 5 for Buffalax, and he's going to do some inventory rearrangement on the way out. So we have the loot and the bridge built for Buffalax, and we'll see what he decides to do from here. Gonna do a little bit more shopping before heading out, or maybe just saving.
I think he was just saving my power cycle for less encounters, you know?
Yeah. With about 7,000 gold to spend, he should be set for the magic shops in Provoca.
Yeah.
He would definitely like to see some additional money going into Elfland, though. And it looks like he's heading up towards Matoya's Cave.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that without access to any ability to save.
Yeah, what are you thinking about that? Because normally I'm a bit more of a fan going straight to Provoca in this case.
Will erases Garland, and I agree with you. I think if I don't have any cabins or tents, then I'm just going straight to Provoca.
Because he's losing a bit of time, yeah, with all the encounters.
Yeah. Will got a little bit of bat luck on the way out, but he is on his way with his loot and his bridge built.
Yep.
Looks like he's going to do a little more magic shopping on the way out the door, and he has less money than Buffalax at this point. Out of the spells that you have here, which ones would you pick up?
Wall and Etch It for sure.
Early slab for Buffalax, and the TNT in the next chest. So,
oh my god,
and a house. So very, very nice Matoya's Cave. Certainly pays off.
Yeah, but personally I like to see like a big money chest in there for all the spells upcoming.
Yeah, he may have to just do the long way route. Check Dwarf Cave, see if that has any money, and then sail south and then west to Elfland.
Yeah.
Big pack of wolves with no AoE feels bad. Meanwhile, Will has finished his shopping and is across the bridge at about 9 minutes in. It looks like wolves had paralysis touch, so that feels bad.
Yeah. You got life too.
Ah, and at least you can pick that one up. You should be able to pick up heal 3 as well, I think.
Yeah. And lit 3 black magic and fast.
Oh. I think you have to take at least one fast over the heal 3. It looks like he's just going to split things up. I like that move.
Personally, I would prefer fast and life too, but that's just my point of view on both of the red mages.
I feel like you save a lot of time in the volcano healing off the damage with heal 3 as opposed to using potions, that it's totally worth sacrificing an extra cast of fast.
Okay. No, Sardia, it's Edgeworth Productions.
Yeah, first seed I have asked the bot to roll on my behalf in a while, so we'll see how this one turns out.
Yep.
Tents in Provoca, and at a pretty reasonable price. That house is pretty ridiculous, though.
Yeah, you don't want to see houses at that price.
Yeah, fortunately, will pick one up on his way to Matoya's cave, but he probably feels bad not having one right now. Yep, so I'm assuming he has Life 2, Lit 3, and Fast on the Red Mage, and I think that's a pretty good call. Double Life 2 is pretty good for safety.
Yeah. And now his red mage gets turned, he's like, no, reset.
Good, Zags with Stone Touch, or Stun Touch rather. Not fun when they come in a 6-pack. So we'll get to see shortly what is hanging out in the Dwarf Cave.
Incoming Massa Moon Edge. Ah.
We have Ice Armor and 8,000 gold, so for Buffalax, he's pretty much set on money. And he's just going to go drop off that TNT right now. Meanwhile, Will has picked up the slab and the TNT. And he'll be heading straight over to the Dwarf Cave.
Yeah.
Buffalax having to take the long way out and walk, not having exit being a little painful for him.
Yeah, but I guess it's not too bad, you know.
Looks like Buffalax is going to take this Kaizoku fight and cash in on it. We'll see how much money he gets. Yeah, it's a pretty substantial amount.
Yeah, I would do that as well, if I really need cash.
And Buffalax is gonna heads back to Elfland and gets ambushed by a pack of wolves. And Will picks up that ice armor. He might be more tempted than Buffalax to sell that for money, but I doubt either one will.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Yep, and Will saves a bit of time burning the exit.
Warp was learnable by the red mage, so that's good.
Yeah, that'll They'll help Buffalax out a lot. You won't have to walk out of Waterfall Cave.
And life 3, life learnable by the Red Mage as well. They are all set.
That's pretty nice considering the competition that Life 2 has for spell charges. And it looks like he's picking up Fire 2 as well. So some pretty nice spells for red mages, and it looks like Will is Will does not elect to take this fight. And it looks like the bottle is in Elfland, but max cost, so people are going to be coming back for that.
Yeah.
But Buffalax is going to spend the rest of his money buying 90 heal potions. Thank you, Introper, for the buy 10 feature.
Yeah. I hope he buys some soft as well, because when I always forget it, I get stoned.
Yeah, it looked like he picked up 10 of them on the way out.
Ooh, Ice 2, level 4.
Yep, not enough money though. It's like Will is going to pick up a cast of Harm 4 and just move right along. Meanwhile, I'm going to check this text message I just got. Will debating on whether he wants to spend all of his money on Ice 2.
Yeah. To be honest, I would buy it for the 4K now.
Well, it's either that or Fog 2, and it looks like he's gone with the safety pick instead.
He needs...
I don't know if he has max heal potions, so if that was part of his consideration, that makes sense.
Ah, yeah, true. You don't want to backtrack to Conaria for heal potions?
Buffalax gets the slab translated. And does the power cycle to head over to Crescent Lake.
Oh, we have some Expedus on Buffalax. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like he was thinking about running, but reconsidered, and that's good. These guys are very rich in experience, but it looks like they're also pretty high in evasion, too.
Yeah.
And pretty high in health as well. Still worth it, but not as much.
Will getting the slab translated.
And we'll take a look at what's in the magic shops, and we have Nuke, but not in a slot where the Red Mage can learn it.
Ooh, that's awful.
And in the White Magic shop, we have Invis 2.
I like that.
I like that too, but it looks like he's going to have to come back for it. He is about 3,000 gold short. It looks like Buffalax is going to take the time to do a little bit of leveling outside of Crescent Lake. these giants are good, both for experience, but much more than that, great for money.
Yeah, but they are always so beefy, you know? Takes a bit of time to kill them without nuke or fate.
Oh, and a single peed, that feels bad.
Yeah.
It looks like Will wants Invis 2 enough where he is just gonna do a little bit of fundraising in the Melmond area, and of course, as soon as you want a fight, you never get one. And when you finally do get a fight, it's 2 asps.
Yeah.
But the monsters outside the Melmond area are not particularly great for making money. I have found this out the hard way in previous races.
I just saw that Will has to be careful with the exit. It's on the first slot of his white mage.
In the White Magic shop in Crescent Lake, we have Soft, looks like to be the clear winner. And we have Temper as a level 6 spell. So probably not going to see very much use.
Yeah, needs class change, right? For the temper?
And more importantly, at level 6, you're not going to see very many spell casts of it either.
Yeah.
Probably at this point you get more out of a power bracelet than you would anyway. A couple temper casts. Have Buffalax running into a pack of cobras and scorpions, and these guys are pretty good with the experience boost as well. They give you more experience on their own than the large wolf packs, but with the you also get the benefit of the boost because they come in large groups.
Yeah.
And we'll see if level 12 is good enough to move on. In the meantime, some chain armor for the red mage. And Buffalax is heading into the volcano right now.
I hate those hydras on the waterway because they always hit so hard.
They hit very hard and they don't give you very much experience. They are pretty much the worst enemy.
Yeah.
I don't like taking fights on any of the river tiles in the southern area. At least you get to see nachos in the up near Onrak.
Ooh, poison on our hydras.
Well, that's certainly more rude than cremate. And it looks like Buffalax is gonna start burning through his heal potions, which always feels bad. He's so early into the dungeon that I would consider resetting at this point. And he also has access to heal 3, which I think would be a lot more efficient.
Yeah, then you can just grab those chests, etch it out, house up, and go in again.
Yeah, plows right into the trap tile for the fire elementals. Meanwhile, Will runs into a 4-pack of Peds, and we'll see if he sticks around to. Yep, he's going to take this fight.
Yeah, I would do the same. I think you two, if you're at that level.
Yeah, absolutely. This is big concern is that they are hitting a little hard, but Fog 2 should go a long way in dealing with that. What Will does not want to see is the death of the black belt.
Yeah.
And Buffalax picks up just gold in the first chest he checks.
And the black belt goes down. I reset.
Yeah. Probably better off for Buffalax. He didn't find very much. And of course, now Buffalax is going to go burn an encounter outside and gets a nice walk instead. Looks like Will has not finished leveling yet. Is going to keep going. Beat up some more Peds. And the chance to strike first on this is very nice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like Buffalax has wasted enough encounters outside that he feels better about going in to check this chest, which is even less gold. And we'll see what Argoyle's rolled today. No, we won't, because he runs on the first turn.
A nice pickup from my house.
Yeah, but with no access to exit, he might just reset if there's nothing good here. And here's the dreaded R-Hydra. Just attacks this time. So, if our Hydras are bad here, they certainly will be fun when 4 of them show up in Floating Castle.
Yeah. Fire seems pretty easy as well. And he gets more gold.
Looks like he's going to hang on to that.
I don't agree running away from Peters this early. Gargoyles at lit.
They have lit. But you're more scared of what the second spell on the list is than the first, so it's happy to get away on a run there.
Yeah.
And we will see what is in the big treasure chest while Will continues to kill Peds. And he is about caught up in levels now.
Yeah. He got many Peters fights. He's going for the volcano now.
Looks like he's going to burn a bunch of tents on the way up so he doesn't have to fight any river encounters, and I really don't blame him for that. Giant pile of money for Buffalax, but nothing exciting. And then there is a tiny pile of money, the 10 gold chest right next to the 10,000 gold chest.
Yeah, it feels bad when you open a chest with 10 bucks in it.
And we have once again another 10 gold chest next to a 10,000 gold chest. So this upper floor of the volcano has been pretty much a bust.
Yeah.
We'll see what these top two chests are. Or maybe not.
Grub.
Oh boy. Wiz Ogres have Rub. Perilous
Yep.
have Blaze. And,
What kind of sheet did you make?
the best kind. Looks like the Lit 3 is going to get off, and the Black Belt dying feels bad, but he has two characters that can cast Life too, so should be okay. Buffalax dipping into the heal potions again, but he's much further along in the volcano.
Yeah.
Runs right into the Grey Worm tile. Looks like he's gonna pick a fight with these guys, and it seems like they roll pretty low absorb.
Drimborders, that's just mean. That touch. That's, yeah.
Oh, they could have the other poison. And here come the bulls to dunk on Buffalax, and they have paralysis touch as well. And unblockable paralysis touch at that.
Meanwhile, Will finding all his money.
And he is going to check those chests at the top.
Flame shot is good.
Does not take the opportunity to check the Agama trap tile. I usually like to see what take a fight against an Agama on that tile just to see if they have anything particularly nasty. Because if I get wiped there, then I know I can just I know I have to deal with those two chests in the bottom a little more carefully.
Yeah, exactly. He's going fast through his healing pots though, so buff.
He may only want to level up his black belt so much, or he may want to keep the whole party alive. Burning through the heal potions really isn't a big consideration if you're planning on keeping the whole group together.
Yeah, that's true. Phyllis, we had an early slap, so this is a true edge seed, so
Looks like Buff is going to take this easy Grey Worm fight while Will exits out to finish checking the top floor a little quicker. And Ice Armor with Flame Shield feels pretty nice. He can drop the rest of those shields. No problem.
Yeah. Ooh, Wish Ogre's no glare as well.
And that is that's particularly scary if you're planning on doing the one character one character power level.
Oh my god.
Probably the safest way of doing it at this point is if you don't find a ribbon, level them up to 42, and that way you stand a pretty good chance of the Wizogre running rather than using any of the nasty abilities he has.
Yeah. Or just keep one Red Mage alive with life, you know, and just go a bit lower on levels.
Ideally, what you would want is one of the Red Mages getting petrified, but unfortunately, the Red Hydra does not have that kind of poison.
Yeah.
And Buffalax heads right for the Agamos, so we'll get to see what they have in a bit.
Seems to have rolled high health.
Buffalax saving some heal charges by using that heal staff. Meanwhile, Will's going to play it safe against these fire elementals.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the Agamas have anything particularly nasty, but this wouldn't be the first time where they've held back for a while and then destroyed my party.
Yeah. Fire 2. Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
As you say it, Edge. So, it still can have Blizzard.
Well, what I'm concerned about now is I've seen Fire 2. What's the next spell on the list?
Nuke.
Dark. Okay. So that's not super scary. But the longer this drags out, the more of a chance that you see something that is scary. Takes out the Agama, though, before the third spell can come out.
Yeah, it's not too scary, Fire 2.
It looks like he is not going to solo level, and Will, after checking all of the chests in the top floor, exits out and is going to head to the bottom now. Another Fire 2, and that one hurt.
Hey, Kaiten, no wipes yet. But we saw Glare, Poison, Fire 2, and Rub already.
So Buffalax is employing the right strategy to play this fight safe, but it's also very time consuming, given that he has to continually use healing items on his party, and Fire 2 hits the entire party.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of full party spells that have to process, and each one of those takes quite a long time. Here we have Agama's ambushing with a Fire 2 and a very, very high roll on that backline Red Mage.
Yeah, the heal staff can't do anything about that.
Meanwhile, looks like the Cerebus has Paralysis Touch as well, so there are all kinds of fun things in this volcano.
Yeah.
And Buffalax is running pretty low on those heal potions. But it seems like he is not going to be solo leveling a character anytime soon.
Maybe it was all planned to let one Red Mage die for a bit more experience, you know?
It could have been planned, or it could have been, as it happened, he realized that it would be a good idea. But we can ask him after the match. Will doing some inventory Tetris, and I think he may believe that the ice armor is better than the flame armor, but I would rather have the double element immunity.
Will finding out the poison on air hydras.
Oh god, and did that roll high on everybody. And they have crack? What?
Edge. What did you made?
Wow, okay. That's gonna be real fun when there's 4 of them. And you know, a popular play is to, with early slab seeds, when you find the floater, clear out Floating Castle. But Floating Castle has red hydras and packs of 4, so you may wanna put that one off until later. And now, what I've been curious about for a while, what did the Red Ds end up with?
Seems they roll it really low on defense and health as well.
Yeah, not a lot is what it seems to be. And the black shirt, oh, that really helps. Oh, there's the Red Giants. And
I hate those.
Predictably, they hit pretty hard. And Will is gonna take a look at an Agama after healing up.
Don't press exit, Will.
Yeah, it looks like the Red D is clearly the best choice. I haven't seen him use anything nasty though, so we'll have to see again if he's holding back.
Yeah, it's been a while since Red D was this weak.
So yeah, I think these guys are kind of the clear winner as far as grinding potential.
Yeah. If I already saw Fire 2 on Agama, I would have just checked out the Red D already a bit sooner.
Yeah, I agree.
because that's just eating way too much healing pots you could use otherwise.
Yeah, and if you want to avoid healing pots, you can use the heal items that you have, but that's a time cost in itself as well.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter if you have full party alive either, just to check the red D.
They raise there is a good point though. Chat mentioning you have the risk of running into Wiz Ogres on the bottom floor. The Wiz Ogre Cerebus fight is pretty annoying to deal with. Looks like the Red Ds have Slow as their first spell in the list.
It's not that bad. Especially since the black belt is in the third slot, so... Red D has less than 200 HP. I'm not sure, Kaiten.
Buff might be dual leveling his characters. I have seen him do that before, level both the black belt and the fighter to 32, which wouldn't be bad either. It would definitely be safe, and you could certainly beat carry with that party comp.
Yeah. For example, if Carry has the dead touch, yeah, he has one more round to kill Carry. I'm pretty sure we all wipe it one time duo to Carry having dead touch, right edge.
Carry has never gotten me with death touch. Carry has gotten me with stun touch, where I didn't get up for 3 turns.
Oh. I know some people who got killed when they leveled the black belt to like 41. Then Carry had dead touch and it was a GG. That's awful, Kaiten.
Yeah, I think Stone Touch can do the same thing, and these bulls are not playing around this time. They've paralyzed the top 2 members of the team.
Yeah.
Leaving, the black belt cannot run away.
If this was you, you would have just killed them, right? And not take the risk?
It depends on the spells that I have. The Red Mage has kind of garbage spells, to be honest, but if I had a nuke, I would definitely throw it.
Yeah, but I meant, look, now the second Red Mage died. If he started to kill them with the black belt a bit sooner, he would have survived, you know?
Yeah. I think knowing that they had paralysis touch, I would probably fight them, but if I didn't know that, I would have tried to run.
Because now he has no fast neither for carry.
And no heal potions.
Oh.
Black Belt did manage to get a hit in, though, so he should be fine. Yeah, Carry is not hitting the fighter very hard.
And carry is down for Buffalax.
Alright, so Steps on the pedestal, and we have the Orb of Fire lit. But nothing really good as far as treasures in the volcano. It was kind of a bust, so we'll see where Buffalax goes from here. He could do Ice Cave, Ordeals, or Earth Cave, or even head over to Marsh Cave. So we'll see what he decides to do.
I would be in the favor for ice.
I agree with the Ice Cave, especially having Warp.
Yeah.
It looks like Will has found out how good the Red D's are and is doing the same thing, but he's got his whole party a lot.
I'm hoping for a crown in Ice Cave and then the floater key locked in March. What do you think, chat? Edge, what do you think they will find in ice?
I'm thinking they'll find a ribbon, and not much else.
Yeah, I'm calling it now. Floater key locked in March, the ultimate evil one, you know? If this was a Sardia production, it would have probably been Ruby locked floater, you know?
Ooh, Red D's have Glance as well.
Oh. The adversary. I'm not evil. I'm just wanting to give them a good show, you know? By giving them troll locations.
Alright, Buffalax takes a peek at the old GPS. And looks like he's heading towards Ordeals.
Oh, this gamble, I like it.
If it doesn't pay off, it's going to give Will some time to catch up.
Yeah.
And looks like Will has decided, yeah, I'm going to try to pull off the solo grind.
He might set up for duo grind though, but we will see.
A lot of dangerous stuff on this floor. We'll see how this pays off.
Red D slow.
So we'll get the look at the next spell on the list.
I believe it was Glance, someone said.
I think Glance is a skill. I'm just curious what the next spell is.
Okay.
And he's showing off Lit 2 is next. See, look at these shiny silver armor. Isn't it great, Dragon? Dragon responds by shooting you with lightning. And Buffalax, well aware of the potential softlock issue, is going to save outside of Ordeals because teleporters are random this time.
I love Ordeals.
He's going to take time to check the chest here. This chest is linked with one upstairs, so a lot of runners will skip it. But if you find something good early here, Sometimes it pays off, but not just a pile of money this time.
If
You
I
can't-
only need like one item for the crown, I might tend to check that one chest edge.
Heretic Ramza did that in a race against me, and it paid off. Meanwhile, Buffalax dispatching with the unrunnables. And Will is on his way to start the grind. So level 21, pretty good for the black belt and the fighter.
Yeah. And Red D is hitting kinda hard though.
Yeah, what Will should do is move the fighter into the lead slot. With the party configured the way it is right now, the Red D has the same chance of hitting both players, or both the fighter and the black belt.
Yeah, question at chat, Igra. Yeah, Glance's stone.
Alright, and Buffalax picks the wrong teleporter and gets warped back, so back to square one. I swear it's always that one.
Yeah, you just have to gamble edge.
And he warps back again. I wonder if he knows that he can use warp to kind of reset his position. Looks like he is going through this sort of the old-fashioned, honest way.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's hit anywhere near 30 teleports yet, so he should be reasonably safe.
Yeah. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, 50-50. Good pick. It's all skill. And we have Blizzard horses. Alright.
By the way, we have a bot inside our chat. I have seen him in my chat as well, and he is just gonna spam that shit. Just saying.
We'll see if we can get a mod to check that out. In the meantime, Buffalax picks up just more money. So it's all been money so far. Still money. Thanks for the timeout.
More money.
Still more money.
And a lousy cabin.
Ugh. That's probably the worst ordeals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wow, that's brutal for Buff.
Yeah, but that's why you gamble on ordeals. It can pay off huge, or yeah, it goes to failed.
Yeah, and that's why you call it a gamble. And Buffalax is gonna check the old GPS again, see where you can go from here. Meanwhile, it looks like Will is just gonna continue paralleveling. Buff's gonna head to Elfland and pick up that bottle. I think he certainly has enough gold for it.
Yeah, did you saw any pro games yet?
I haven't, but I've missed a couple of the armor shops. So I haven't seen gold bracelets or pro rings. So Buff picks up the bottle, uncorks it, and he is ready to do the Sea Shrine quest as soon as he finds the floater. He's also going to
Yeah.
pick up Ice 2 and pick up Fog 2 as well. Or just look longingly at Fog 2 and then decide against it. Well, according to the old GPS, we'll see where Buffalax heads next. Looks like he is headed either to Ice Cave or Marsh Cave or Earth Cave.
I hope he goes Ice Cave.
And gets ambushed by a pack of, or no, it wasn't an ambush. They just got all the turn initiative. Yep, and we have a Marsh Cave check. So Buffalax electing to go with Marsh Cave and Ordeals, and if he finds anything in either, given Will's typical routing, it'll take him a while to get to those locations.
Yeah. Well, I have seen some seeds where the floater was in March Cave, and yeah, I have checked all the others first. It feels so bad.
Well, at least Buffalax is going into Marsh Cave with significantly more levels, and that'll help with the ambush rate.
Yeah.
Will have an even better time going through Marsh Cave, as a lot of the enemies will decide to run from him.
It's so bad when you get ambushed by one scum only.
That's better than 6 shadows. But I know what you mean. You gotta wait for all the menus to draw out just for one stinking lousy monster.
Yeah.
And Buffalax still finding gold, so that's the 10th straight chest he's opened with gold. And to mix it up, he finds some silver. Silver axe.
Trekker Buffalax part bottle.
Meanwhile, grind rolling on for Will. He's gonna beat up some Agamas now.
Yeah. Pro ring.
Pro ring and a pure potion, so here, you're poisoned, not anymore. And back into the Marsh Cave we go. Pro ring is very nice, but certainly not worth a visit to Marsh Cave if you don't have to.
Yeah.
It looks like Will is about out of healing, so I would not be surprised if he heads over to Carrie. That's exactly what he's going to do. Meanwhile, there's the Shadows, the enemy with the highest ambush rate in the game. And Will having a little bit better luck with the Bulls. And he has pretty well leveled party with the 32 fighter and the 32 black belt. If he finds a stronger weapon, he's gonna be in really good shape for Temple of Fiends.
Yeah.
Spent an awful lot of time doing it, but the way he did it was probably the safest. Having two characters alive mitigates the chance of Glance going through the very high magic defense that the black belt has. And Buff is looks like Buff could use the GPS for the inside of Marsh Cave, and I've been there. I forget where some of the chests are.
Yeah. That place, it's always a pain. I know some players will go to March Cave neither way, even if they already has the TNT or not. I would never do that. I would just skip that place. If it's not needed, don't go there. Right, Edge?
That's personally the way I like to route the game. Other people may feel differently. A lot of the routing comes down to situations, though. If you feel like you're behind, you may want to do a gamble, and maybe Buffalax felt like he was behind.
Yeah. Aegis Shield, nice pickup.
So Age of Shield and Pro Ring, pretty good, but not the key items or key equipment that you're looking for. You'd be very happy to find a ribbon, Masmune, or one of the progression items. Has not found those yet.
Yeah. Or a crown or a floater.
So we'll see what those angry wizards have been guarding.
I hope no blizzard, because that only happens to Ice Blue seeds and Sardia seeds.
The old Blizzard Wizard.
Yeah, and a tip to you, Edge, never let Purity the kitten... Oh, Adamant, nice.
So that is a key item, but not the one he's looking for. And he finds a cabin, and I think that's it as far as the treasure chests go here.
Maybe one more? It's the empty one.
I wasn't sure if he had gotten the chest that was linked to that one, but it looks like it. So Martian Ordeals did not pay off, and now Buffalax has the choice of Ice Cave or Earth Cave.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Will is heading straight to Ice Cave with his double level 32 party, and that puts him in the lead as long as he doesn't have to come back and check Ordeals later.
It seems Buff is going ice now as well. Or at least heading that way.
So we'll see how this plays out. I know a lot of the FFR runners don't like clearing Earth Cave if they don't have the ruby or the floater, but it's 16 chests still. I think it's certainly worth, if you're just playing the numbers, it's certainly worth checking.
Yeah. And especially with warp as well, it's just way faster.
Yeah, it looks like Will is the first to get to Ice Cave. So we'll see how nice the old Ice Cave is today.
Yeah, Ice Cave is sometimes a really big mess. Personally, I'm gonna say the crown is in ice, and then they need to do the crown chain, and go to March and get the key locked floater. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, we got a Frosty wandering around outside of his trap tile. What are you doing? Get back to your house. And we'll see Will do his levitation trick shortly.
A lousy soft potion.
Where's all the good stuff, game? Well, we still got 13 chests to go.
Yeah. Ooh, gold bracelet for Will.
Gold bracelet, very nice for the mages. And Will looks at his menu and realizes after the grind he didn't re-equip all of his armor, so he's gonna go do that right now.
Before running into an unrunnable wizard encounter.
Ooh, and they're hitting pretty hard. I think that was 2 hits and a crit, so...
Yeah, mages with fire too.
Mages with fire too. Alright. They're actually nicer than they usually are. Will, once again, managing to dodge the ambush from the mages. They usually have a very high chance of striking first as well. And
Yeah.
that's paying off pretty big.
Buffalo is catching up some time though. Ooh, Thorhammer pickup for Will.
That'll be nice, getting that before Sea Shrine.
And a tail for Will as well. Floater.
Alright, so Ice Cave, the place to be. We find the floater, and we find it right next to the tail, too. So,
Yep.
with Buffalax having Adamant and the tail, he's more likely to do the class change than Will right now.
Ooh, frost wolves with poison and mute.
Oh goodness, this is a bad fight for Will to take.
Yep. Oh my god.
And those mute casts are definitely you just have to run. There's really nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
You don't have a mage staff to clear these guys out.
And fire. Cremate. Oh my god.
Cremate better than poison though, that's for sure.
Edge. Oh.
If he can get out with just the black belt, he can still clear this dungeon. He's gonna have to count on pretty good morale rolls versus the wizards, but he doesn't need to drop down the hole to check, so he should be okay. But this is gonna take. I think this will give Buffalax enough time to catch up. especially if he continues failing to run like that.
Yeah, he was already catching up. Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalax finding the gold bracelet. Group of 3 race, and he gets the first run, so he'd be happy to see that. Now the question is, can he dodge wizards on this floor?
I don't know, did he put this Thor hammer on the black belt?
He did not. He hasn't moved it yet.
Oh.
Oh, they're there. Oh, and one runs away. So he should be okay.
Could have still saved him some time with the Thor hammer.
Yeah, double Thor hammer would have cleared the entire group out. Yeah, he got fairly fortunate that they rolled low morale. They typically do have it anyway. So now he can get the heck out of here. So Will escapes by the skin of his teeth, and that was not a very nice cave. Not at all.
Yeah. That was a stacked ice, but...
And now Buffalax is going to run into a smaller group of Frost Wolves and runs immediately, so he doesn't know what they have at all.
Yeah.
That could be bad news if he runs into that unrunnable in Temple of Fiends Revisited and does not take it seriously.
Yeah.
So we have Floater and Tail for Buffalax, and yeah, like I said, he's got that adamant, so he may be very tempted to go get that Excalibur. Meanwhile, Will is just gonna leave a bunch of cabins in the lake. I don't know how that works.
In March gave Sadia. But we all know Fogball is all.
I mean, Vorpal is good, but it's no Were Sword.
Just wait until Fogball saves you a run at Chaos.
I don't know when Vorpal would ever save me a run at Chaos. I could never equip it.
No, but if you have a fast fighter run, you know?
The last time I had a forced fighter, I actually had to sell Vorpal to have enough money to buy spells in Elfland. So it saved me there. I was pretty happy to see Vorpal then.
Oh my god, Sadia, did you hear that? He sold Fogball. Ah.
Will running into encounters, back-to-back encounters at the exact step before the desert entrance when those are all free tiles, so I'm sure he feels wonderful about that. So now with the floater, Will is going to pick up the rest of the party.
Exactly, Drum. I had in one run, it actually saved my fighter got killed, and then I went on with my Rep Mage with Fogball on. So, at Chaos.
And Will stocks up on heal potions again, and he is off. We'll see where he decides to route from here. Maybe he'll check out some of the free chests that are open to him. Yep, heads right over, picks up that rod.
Yeah, I would also pick up the rod and still check some free chests because the ribbons.
Yep, and now Buffalax has the floater, and they have pulled ahead. Will is doing a little bit better in the level department with his black belt having more levels, but Buff has a little bit better equipment with access to the adamant.
Yeah. And the Aegis shield.
A bunch of class change fighter gear in the Titan's tunnel, and it looks like Will's just gonna save, and now he's gonna head up to Cardia Islands.
There's something now I have been doing, saving in the airship while flying, so you can just reset and move again.
Ooh, Will finds the power gauntlet.
Oh, nice.
Very nice pickup. And finds the opal armor as well. Decides to leave it there. I guess he's not very interested in doing the class change.
Yeah, Sardia, that's true, but 0 ribbons yet, so...
And it looks like while Buffalax is in the neighborhood, he's going to go do that class change right now.
Yeah. I believe his fighter could, his knight could also learn life too. Because it was level 2.
That's a good point. That'll make it for a very, very safe Temple of Fiends. In the meantime, we have... I'm not sure what Will is doing. Wandering around on top of his airship and then running away. I guess there was something in there that he wanted to keep.
Bill's is gonna class change as well, it seems. Before getting the Endament Excalibur.
So Buff gets the second best sword. And that's he's going to be able to give a beating to all the bosses that he sees from here on out. So a good pickup for Buffalax, since he's going to be using his fighter as the primary damage dealer. Looks like Will is going to be relying on the black belt more. But neither one has found ribbons. And that kind of makes going into the Warmech Bridge when you run into those Red Hydra packs pretty scary.
Yeah, crack.
Crack and poison, yeah.
And we haven't seen Blizzard yet or any other stuff at all, so...
The way Will is moving around, it looks like he doesn't remember where Bottle is.
Yeah, I think he lost track of the bottom. I'm not sure, but I thought the nuke was in a slot that the Red Mage could not learn. Maybe you know, Edge?
It was in the third slot. I don't know if the Red Mage can typically learn that or not. I can check real quick.
I'm not sure, but...
Take a look at the old guide here, and Black Magic level 5. Yeah, he could pick up Nuke if he wanted to.
Okay. That's pretty good for the Red Mage.
Yeah, I don't remember there being any. Well, since it's a Red Mage, he didn't learn anything else in that slot. So, Will's gonna pick up a couple or an Ice 2 cast. That and the black shirt together hopefully will be enough to kill off water elementals.
Yeah, and the knight can even learn life as well, level 3. Gonna be stacked for Temple of Fiends.
Looks like Buff is gonna take this opportunity to go pick up the chime.
Ooh, he's trying to run from unrunnable.
He'll remember very quickly that these guys are can't get away from him. And
Yeah.
he shouldn't have too much of a problem thinning this this pack out. They're pretty weak group in comparison to his party now.
And the question is, chat, will we see any Tyros? No stakes.
Looks like Will remembers where the pro rings are. They were in Canaria all along, and he's going to pick up a full set for his party. So if he runs into anything with Toxic, that's certainly going to pay off.
Yeah. And now we get the chime from the Toga people.
So Will finishes up his shopping. Buffalax picks up the chime. Does not have the cube yet, though.
Yeah.
And Will is headed to Gaia.
I like that gamble though, from Mirage Tower if he goes there.
I prefer to do that gamble if I can finish that dungeon. I don't like to double dip into dungeons if I don't have to. But with Mirage, I feel like that's the most forgivable out of them because of how short the dungeon is.
Yeah.
Will finds level 7 Fade, and he also finds the gold bracelets. So at this point, he is pretty well set on armor for his all of his characters. The opal bracelet would be nice, but not essential.
Yeah, the upper bracelet would be good on his white mage for if some of the fiend bosses has nuke.
Yep. And Buffalax has the Oxyel, and then Will pops the bottle and gets some of his own.
Yeah.
So we'll see now. Will is just going to head straight over to Sea Shrine, it looks like. Buffalax taking a little bit of a roundabout path to it. And runs into a pack of saber-toothed tigers.
I would just tent all the way inside the river. You, Edge?
Yeah, I would do the same. There are unrunnable encounters in the Onrak area outside of the river, so it's just better to stay in the river and burn.
Yeah.
In other areas, you can save steps by stepping in and out of river tiles, and that works pretty well in this area. But the problem is, if you run into an unrunnable, all of your time saving just goes out the window. So you might as well just.
Yeah, it seems Will is opting to go Sea Shrine first.
Going to save in the inn. Does he have a house? I don't know if he does.
I think he only had one or so.
Looks like he's saving that then. I'm going to check the magic shops and then we'll see if he leaves town. Lit 2 at level 7. What a bargain. Meanwhile, Buffalax is picking off this pack of mummies. He finds Cure 4. That's super useful as well.
Yeah, but level 7 feels bad.
Yeah, and he is going to do Sea Shrine before Waterfall, and I don't agree with this at all.
Nope, I don't. Because I have found the crown in Waterfall Cave in some seeds. You should always check that one first.
Yeah, it's 6 chests that you are going to be by. You're required to be by because the robot gives you a cube, so you might as well just check it first.
Yeah, but what would you do? Because Will is going bottom now first. Would you go see the mermaids first because there's more chests there?
I would like to do the bottom part first, just because it doesn't take very many extra steps, especially with warp, and I have to go that way anyway. And even if I am in go mode, I'm probably going to open those 2 chests that he just opened and 3 more on the bottom floor, so I might as well just open them all. It's not a huge time investment, but if you do find your 1 progression item on this floor, you save a lot of time.
And we have a crown inside the Waterfall Cave. It paid off.
Yeah, that's the mistake by Will is going to cost him.
Yeah. Because he will check on every floor now after he does not find the crown.
Yeah, I have found progression items way too often in Waterfall Cave to leave that last. It's something that you have to do if you're in the area. Just do that first.
Yeah, and you're right about that, Silverfire. And it's go mode for Buffalax now.
Yeah, and he is heading out to check the crown chests, presumably.
Masamoon at the bottom of Sea Shrine, just picked up by WillBlood.
So that's going to pay off for Will. That's not as... I doubt Buffalax will check that chest, but it doesn't hurt him nearly as much as you would think because he already has Excalibur.
Yeah.
So his fighter is already equipped with a very good weapon. Mesmune, of course, the best weapon in the game, but Excalibur is certainly strong enough to finish.
Yeah, but he can put the Masamoon on his red mage for Temple of Fiends. At least that's what I like to do, you know? Just to put out some more damage on gas dragons.
With respect to the gas dragons, though, you're really just... if you make the assumption that both the fighter and the black belt are going to be doing enough damage to one-shot the gas dragons, then even if your red mage does do enough damage, you're still going to take 2 turns to clear that formation.
We have defense sword and the first ribbon found for Will.
So very good equipment that Will is finding here. Another pro ring, but he doesn't really care about it.
Tyro! And I agree with Buffa, no killing allowed, no stakes.
No, we're in go mode, can't stop, not even for Tyros.
So, you all go hungry today, chat?
So it looks like Buff still feels a little uncomfortable with his equipment loadout, and he's certainly looking for ribbons at this point.
Yeah. And he found one. That should be enough with wall available as well, you know?
I think he would feel better about having one ribbon if he also had the defense sword. It would allow him to stack evasion on a single character effectively. There's still a lot of nasty things that can wipe out his party, and you would feel a lot better about having 2 ribbons, but you can certainly complete the game with 1. 0 is pretty dicey, I would say.
Yeah, but I would just go now. You have wall as well, so...
Yeah, he has wall on both mages, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he should be fine.
Yeah, you can certainly spend the first turn setting up.
And with all the lives he has available to him, he shouldn't be that scared, you know?
Yeah.
Kaiten, they all have life 2 and the normal life spells, so 1 ribbon and wall spells is enough, in my opinion. Sometimes you have to take the gambles, you know, and just go.
So it looks like Buffalax was about to head up the cube elevator and then decided, I'm going to check these 10 chests. We'll see if this this pays off.
I would just rather skip the 2nd floor of Mirage Tower and just go until the last floor of the floating castle, because there's more chests there, you know?
There's a group of 10 here, and it doesn't take him very long, but I can see the validity of both. But I think if he's going to check the 10 chests here, he's probably going to check upstairs as well.
Because with Warp, it's just a really easy floor, the last one in Floating Castle.
So we have Kraken with poison. This is Poison Seed.
Oh.
And there's an Ice Sword. That would have been useful about an hour ago. And the Sun Sword. And this is about the point in the game where Will invests heavily in real estate. And he's going to run right back in, it looks like.
Yeah. I would have gone outside, saved, and power cycle at least.
Well, I mean, if it was either of us, we would have done waterfall first.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you know, it's always good to power cycle right before you enter again.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't really have a good sense for how good the encounter table is for at the beginning, because I don't believe we've seen a lot of power cycles from either of the players.
Yeah, well, this sheet you couldn't really much benefit, you know?
Yeah. Red Mage died on Buffalax's side, but that Blue Dragon was pretty much a pushover.
Yeah. Will clearing out the mermaid floor, but we expected.
The only way this really pays off, in my opinion, is if he finds a 3rd ribbon, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, you're right about Buffa. He seems to be going to Floating Castle or chest.
Yeah, Buff definitely wants that 2nd ribbon. So we'll see where it ends up.
It could still be a bust, and inside Astos Castle, Coneria Dwarf.
Yeah, I mean the crown chests certainly have a lot of still a lot of treasure chests to open up.
Yeah. I believe there is like 62 in all of Mirage and Floating Castle.
So I think it's 18 in Mirage and 32 in Floating Castle, so like 50 total. I might be off by 2.
Okay.
But it's still the most chests. If you assume that both of them, are one single dungeon and don't break it apart, then that's the most treasure chests in a single dungeon.
Yeah, Sadia will opted to go Sea Shrine first instead of Waterfall Cave, so...
Yeah, I mean, once Will finishes clearing this, hopefully he'll remember that he doesn't have Cube and head to Waterfall, but he'll find it after clearing this out.
Yeah, he's not picking up the Zeus Gauntlet though.
Oh, we got a Were Sword though.
The mermaids only have some gold, it seems.
So Will had a decent experience lead, but Buffalax is very quickly catching up, beating up the experience-rich enemies on this floor of the floating castle.
Yeah.
And this area in particular is a great place to level an entire party.
Yeah, especially if you get the GR Nagas alone with some ice, it's really great.
And Will's going to do Waterfall, and he will find his crown shortly.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Will continue to check chests, looking for that second ribbon. He's going to find the second ribbon in
Ooh,
Mirage.
Nightmares with Blizzard.
Yeah, Buffalax ran into one that decimated his party in ordeals. 2 of them definitely twice as brutal.
Yeah. White shirt for Buffer. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup, but in round 2, the enemy stats are low enough where it doesn't feel like Fog 2 is falling off as much.
Yeah, true, but it can still help, you know?
Yeah, you're never not happy to see the white shirt, though.
Because I have seen some Tiamats 2 or Kraken 2, for example. He hates mages. I bet it happened in your races as well, that Kraken 2 just slaps your mages with the only one which has life to hell.
Oh yeah, I've had the longest seed that I ever played was about 4.5 hours. WillBloodworth doing the out of bounds bad check and not finding anything, so sadness abounds. My longest seed that I've played was 4.5 hours, and that was because Waters had Death Touch and Kraken first turn would hit the white mage every single time. Will finds the crown.
Yeah, go mode for Will.
We'll see if it's go mode for Will. He's still cracking open chests, but I certainly agree with him here. We'll see if he decides to open any more chests anywhere else.
There was one ribbon at the first floor of Mirage Tower, so...
Yeah, so if he decides to open more chests, he's going to find them, find that first ribbon faster than, or he's going to find the second ribbon faster than Buffalax.
Let's get some Warmag hype.
So, at this point, I would say that Buffalax is probably less worried about Warmech and more worried about that. Ribbon's immediately paying off, or the ribbon immediately paying off, but we'll see. He's got one down. And he should be okay. Did not see crack go off. Poison certainly dinged up the mages and the black belt though. And now it looks like Will is gonna finish up the quest line to get into Mirage Tower, electing not to fight any of these unrunnable battles, spamming tents and cabins all the way down. It's a good idea. And Buffalax has his heal potions in a really, really inconvenient spot. He has to put 3 inputs in just to get to them.
Yeah. Will getting his chime from the Toga people.
A question in chat, did that black belt level up after or before class change? I think the black belt was about level somewhere between 20 to 25 before the class change, so it doesn't have the typically sky high magic defense stat that say Will's black belt master has right now.
Ooh, toxic from Bud Girls. Uh-oh.
Well, that got a couple of them. That is not nearly as scary to Will, since he stopped off and picked up a bunch of pro rings.
Yeah. But it seems Temple of Fiends will be rough, from what we saw.
Well, I think Buffalax will definitely be looking to pick up some more pro rings before heading into Temple of Fiends, now that he's seen what's going to be hanging out on the Earth floor. And Will feels like one ribbon is enough, and he's just going to go for it. And, okay, so he finds the rare Blue D encounter. That is the old 4 and 256.
Yeah, and Will is just going go mode. I don't think he will open any more chests. Edge.
I don't think so. And out of the equipment that he's found, he found some good stuff. Buffalax found some good stuff. I would be very interested to see if Buffalax continues opening chests after fighting Tiamat.
Yeah.
Ooh, jeez. Was that about 1,000 damage, I think? Yeah.
Seems we got a beefy Tiamat.
Oh, Tiamat, the fiend with the highest defense in the game. Then we'll see Buffalax resorting to the old Bane Sword strats. But with fast, he should be in pretty good shape. Oh, he's got the power gauntlet on the fighter too. He's fine. He just needs to buff him up a little bit.
Yeah.
And those are some man cats for Will, and they like casting mute. I hate this formation so much.
Mancats with nuke? I never saw them.
No, they have mute, sorry.
Oh.
But just man cats in general, not a big fan. They have very high magic defense and they show up in large groups, so they're just daring you to cast Lightning 3.
Yeah, Buffer. No, Buffer, don't. I don't agree.
Well, Buffalax makes a big mistake. Kills the Tyro. He's gonna kill another one. He's going for seconds! Why are you doing this?
Why?
He doesn't feel like he's got enough experience, I guess. Meanwhile, Will has not run into either Wormek or the dreaded 4 Red Hydra formation, so pretty nice walk across the bridge.
Yeah.
Have run validated, and thank you very much for the bits.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That is a nice amount of bits. Will runs into and runs away from the dreaded fire hydrants.
Yeah, he got the first strike.
And Buffalax is gonna do the crown quests. If he's still looking for another ribbon, this is probably the fastest way to find it. So we'll see where the third one ends up. Of course, it could always be in Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, but we know there was a ribbon on the way to Kraken as well, so...
And Will has the third orb lit, and all he has to do now is clear out Earth.
Yeah, should be a walk in a park for him.
So he was trying to remember if there were any good spells at Provoca, and then just moves on. I think Life 2 was in Provoca, wasn't it?
Yeah, Provoke a life too, and normal life in Elfland.
Alright, so Will doing a little bit of a grand tour of the world here.
Thank you for the bits.
Yeah, Will looks a little bit lost there. And finds Melman. So just taking a little joyride in the airship. Gonna pick up Nuke, which is gonna save him some time on that water floor.
Yeah, save everything for the water floor.
Meanwhile, Buffalax is going to stop in Provoca and presumably pick up some life spells. And Will is going to take care of the Crown Chain right now. So I guess Will got a little turned around seeing the top land area where the Melman continent meets the mountains north of the Dwarf Cave, and just got a little confused. It's not an area that you ever walk to during any playthrough of the game.
Yeah.
And if you like all the speedruns that you've been seeing so far this we've had the Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament, we've had the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament, a number of other speedrunning events. Please follow all of the speed gaming channels. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they are typically packed with programming every single day. Always some good stuff on. So please give all the Speed Gaming channels a follow.
Yeah, and follow Visual himself as well for putting up so much work for this awesome work, sorry.
And we have Buffalax heading into Onrek, and he's going to stock up on some heal potions. Looks like Will has finished off the Crown Quest, has his key. All he has to do is finish off Earth Cave. And he's going in right now.
Ice Blue, I see you in chat as well, you know. Edgewood Seeds inside Volcano, I was 10 years.
And looks like Will has no interest in opening another chest from here on out. Earth Cave should be a breeze since he has power leveled a couple of his characters. Buffalax, meanwhile, runs into the most wonderful unrunnable encounter. It's not even dangerous, it's just tedious.
Yeah, Didi, he did got the rod. Oh, he's getting some bad love, Bill.
He's having a bit of bad luck in this hallway, but he went south instead of west, so that pays off. And Buff is going to crack open these chests, finds the dragon sword. And some money. And we'll see how many of the chests on this floor he decides to go for. Given that he took one step south, I'm assuming he's going to open those chests on the bottom, find the ribbon, and be good to go.
Yeah.
Will cracks open the plate with the rod and runs into some wizards. We'll see if they run away. Nope, one stuck around.
No, he's skipping that room.
Oh. Looked like he was thinking about it. And then just moved on.
I prefer, even if I'm in go mode, I'll just check those 3 chests, you know? Doesn't take that too long.
Yeah, I like checking the 3 chests in the upper right room, just because you get the free tiles that you can walk on the bottom row of the room. So I think it takes about 6 extra steps to check 3 chests. It's certainly worth it.
Yeah.
There have been many times where I've checked those chests and I found something worthwhile, like a power gauntlet or a white shirt.
Yeah, or a black shirt, which can be helpful at the water floor as well, in general.
Mm-hmm. And time for Will to say hello to this big old sack of bones here.
And sleep.
And we'll see. The red mage decides he's going to take a little nap, and he probably can do so safely because that's 700 damage from the black belt. Does not give a crap. And that's all the orbs lit for Will, so whenever he feels ready, he can go right into the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah.
But first, looks like he's going to pick up some supplies. Okay, he's going to burn 3 heal potions so he can buy 10 on 2 stacks, and that'll put him up to 99.
Yeah, I'm starting to do that now as well, because sometimes when I don't, I'm just missing those 10 extra, you know?
Yeah, I mean, another 10 extra heal potions is 300 health, and if you're forced to do a level grind on like a red dragon or something, that 300 health can definitely come into play. So we have Will entering the Temple of Fiends. Buffalax, meanwhile, running into a pack of shadows. Will getting the 8 slime encounter, and it's a really good encounter for experience, but that's not something that he's interested in right now.
I would rather have those slime encounters than gas Ds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think the slimes are group 7 encounters, so the second rarest. They certainly roughed them up a little bit. And Will is going to heal his black belt. I would be very tempted to just leave the black belt unhealed and then just use a life 2 charge.
Exactly, save on your heal pots, because it's way too early in.
Oh, speaking of which, there's the gas dragons. And it looks like he's just gonna nuke this pack. I think the best option for him would be to just have the first 2 attack, and then the back row just run.
Yeah, you know what, sometime I have been doing that lately, use the white shirt in case they melee attack, you know? I know I lose some encounter time, but it saves on the healing pots.
Yeah, I think that's a strategy that you see people employ versus the waters, but it works just as well against hard hitters like this formation. And
like
the mages are getting pretty low on Will's side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
Like I did earlier with the Firefighter challenge, I just used the white shirt and saved me a lot of healing pots that way on the gas dragons.
Yeah, I think especially in the 4-fighter challenge, when you can't just AoE down a group like that, that's the best thing to do is just put up some evasion stacks, and every time they miss, that's 3 or 4 extra heal potions you didn't have to spend.
Yeah, that's why I really love the white shirt, because of that utility it brings.
Yeah, it's very useful to have a character that would ordinarily be doing not much of anything, being able to add evasion stacks.
Yeah, even a thief can be useful then, with just casting white shirt.
That's the best use for the thief. He's at the end of the game, he just becomes the coat rack. Everybody hangs shirts on him.
I just hate thieves.
And while Buffalax is on the earth floor, we have in the earth cave. Will is on the earth floor.
Yeah.
And making great progress. Runs into a pack of green Medusas, and thankfully it doesn't look like they have anything.
Oh, I'm always so afraid of that encounter. It's such a time waste, because they always end up with mute or slow, and they all cast it before you cast anything.
What's even more brutal is if they have something like paralysis touch or death touch, because they have so many hits.
Yeah.
We have the Lich fight for Will, and looks like he's just going in swinging.
Easy Lich 2, not even a nuke.
Yeah, crushing blow from the Mazmune, and it looks like both the black belt and the fighter are gonna get through these fiend encounters very quickly.
Yeah. Did you remember if Will did a power cycle before he entered Temple of Fiends?
I don't believe he did.
Buff is not doing it neither.
Also, not saving outside either. Probably feels like if he wipes, then it's probably over
but
for him
he's
anyway.
making up some time though.
Yeah. Making up time, but fighting these frost dragons. I wonder if he knows that he can run from this group. Oof. One shot's Carry, one shot's Lich.
Oh.
And he's onto the water floor.
Well, I guess we have it up to Kraken 2 to be a beast, you know? And just slap one of the mages for fun.
We also haven't seen a lot of the scary instant death stuff too. There is a cast of Zap floating around, and there is a cast of Crack floating around too.
Yeah. Ooh, no encounters, no water encounters for Will.
Wow, what a nice clean run through this floor. This is if you had to pick any floor, this is the one that you would want.
But it's up to Kraken 2 and Tiamat now.
Yep. So Will takes one step and of course gets an encounter.
I hate that when you just healed up your party and then you get an encounter right in front of Kraken. Ooh.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage on the black belt. The fighter's in really good shape though. He should be able to take a couple hits like that. 12 hits for 800 damage.
Oh
yeah,
my
the
God.
combination of the two is just making these fiend fights a breeze.
Yeah.
And those are some bad men chasing after Buffalax.
But he gets into unrunnable.
The old 4x purple worms.
They don't hit so hard though, so... Buff are checking those validation chests.
20 gold. 67, 20 gold.
Will on Tiamat 2.
Runs
Tiamat.
right in.
Have something nice, like a nuke.
Well, even if he has something nice, there's a Fire 3 right there. He does not have very much time to cast that. And the mage is almost dead on Buffalax's side.
Oh my God, they must have low HP roll.
I think he was just trying to get away with using Life 2 as a full cure and almost lost both of them.
Well, it's up to Chaos now.
Yeah, and things are looking pretty good, but you never know. One zap could wipe out the entire party. Same with a nuke with a high roll, so see what happens here. There's a lot of nasty stuff that still could happen, and it all depends on how Will decides to set this up.
Yeah. Lit 3 is good.
Yeah, Lit 3 is definitely something that you want to see, although a follow-up nuke is almost certainly going to wipe the mages out. The fasted black belt with one cast of Saber is probably enough to take out the rest of Chaos's HP. Yeah, Lit 2. I think this should be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. GG for Will. Finishes in first with a time of 2:09.49. looks like we have Will in the waiting room, so we'll drag him in right now. Hello, Will.
How's it going?
GG, Will. Well
Thanks.
done.
Thanks so much. Let me know if I'm echoing through the mic here when you speak, because you're coming out of my computer, not my headphones for some reason.
GG.
Thank you, Shai.
So we noticed that you went to Waterfall Cave after Sea Shrine.
Yep,
Is
accident.
that just something you forgot about? Yeah.
Total accident. I actually did intend to go to Waterfall first, which would have saved me a ballpark 5-6 minutes, maybe more.
Now, had you found Crown, would you have continued open chests looking for a ribbon? Or
Hell
would you
no.
have just...
Nah. No, the 32 plus level black belt and fighter or knight and master, if one of them dropped, the other one wasn't going to. The magic defense on the master was high enough that I wasn't really too worried about it. So I would have just scooted on over to the rest of finished up the crown quest, finished off the last 2 fiends, and been done with it.
Now, you leveled up both the fighter and the black belt. Were you thinking of pair leveling them, or did you just see the red DU's glare and kind of reconsidered?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. When I saw that he had not just glare, because glare didn't scare me immediately. He didn't start really using that until halfway through my grind. It was slow, because if I didn't have someone to use the shirt in conjunction with me trying to hit, I knew I would have probably gotten wiped, because he still hit pretty hard when he did hit. He was hitting for about, I think, 80 to 110, give or take, every turn. So if I was sitting there plunking away 30 and 40 hit points per hit, or missing because I got slowed, that would have been my ass right there. So I didn't want to risk the whole grind on, getting greedy. So I just leveled them both up, and it kind of paid off. I've never done that before.
What were your thoughts behind your initial party composition pick?
Why didn't I take a thief? Why did I not take something that can run? Because none of these 4 people seem to want to run away from anything, and that prevailed throughout just about the entirety of my run up till the end, when they finally learned how to sprint away from enemies just in the nick of time. So I was really frustrated having to, reset in Temple of Fiends the first time and go all the way back up without a heal item or a save item. That kind of pissed me off. But I wasn't going to sit there and get wailed on and have no possibility of casting any spells and plinking away at Garland for like 10 and 15 hit points a shot, let them kill me off. So it just didn't make sense.
About your second time of Temple of Fiends Revisited, you did not power cycle.
No, I didn't power cycle because I didn't see where in the rotation of the fights from power the longest run was, because it certainly wasn't in any of the first 2 or 3. I think it might have been somewhere between 4 to 8 fights deep before he actually got a longish run in. So I figured RNG is RNG, like rolling the dice whether I do it or not, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but you could have skipped the first encounter,
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I think maybe I got into a gas dragon fight because of it, but I don't think it ultimately cost me more than, if anything, a minute. So I didn't see a strategic reason to do it necessarily, so I just didn't bother. I just ran in.
Certainly paid off on the water floor, though.
Oh my god, I've never had a water flow go that well. 0 water fights. I was like, well, will the cascade of garbage luck that I've had all run pay out, like finally come to fruition here? Am I going to get in, 4 or 5 straight water fights and run out of heal potions and lose both of my mages and limp to Chaos or limp to Kraken and Tiamat? Or is it going to go well for a change? And it actually went even better than I could have hoped. So,
Ooh, Kraken knows Tornado.
oh, really? Good thing I killed him quick, huh? Guess the double grind paid off again in ways I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, we are getting a little bit of echo.
Yeah, it's. We'll turn the audio down on my laptop, so it's not hitting the microphone as much. Okay, that should do it.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So
Buffalax is about to head off this floor now. Gonna go down and fight Tiamat.
We still have Echo. Will.
okay, let me try this again. Let's see. Yeah, for some, I don't know why you're coming through the. You're coming through the computer when I have headphones in, and my computer is supposed to be feeding audio through my headphones connected to my mic, but for some reason that's not happening. You remember the problems I had during one of those matches with Zarby, where I couldn't even get Discord to pick up audio at all. That's yeah. Where is Buffalax at in the race now?
Tiamat 2.
Tiamat.
Oh, nice. He's about to close it out. Good. Yeah, I feel like that was not one of my better races. I made a lot of really weird, questionable judgments a lot of places. I don't know. I certainly should have gone to Waterfall instead of Sea Shrine first. Which that would have saved me time. But yeah,
Buffa taking down Tiamat 2.
Yeah, paid off. Take a look at. Let's see.
And Buff is on the floor for Chaos.
Yeah. At least you did not kill any Tyro, Will.
Oh no, I'll never kill Tyro. I'm Team Tyro.
We had someone murder Tyro 2 times.
Really? That's sad. Tyros are friends, not food. Somebody's got to let them know.
Here we go, into the Chaos fight.
I'm going to tune in here too. Put it on mute. Two red mages and a black belt and fighter. Nice.
Pretty standard setup.
I don't have nearly as much faith in the red mage as a lot of other people do, but I'll definitely replace a black mage with a red mage pretty fearlessly. Is really missing out on one spell early game.
Crushing hit from the black belt.
Yeah. And down goes the red hat. GG to Buffa.
GG.
Yeah, that's it. Official time of 2:19:59.
New PB, nice, congrats. Thanks.
So we'll see if we can get Buff in here for some post-game comments. And there's Buff now. GG.
GG, Buff.
If you're saying anything, we can't hear you, unfortunately.
Ruh-oh.
It looks like some microphone problems, so we'll try to get that straightened out. In the meantime, it looks like some of the folks on our Discord are trying to set up a match for this evening. So if you're interested in what you saw tonight in our, would like to give Final Fantasy Randomizer a try, please join our Discord. We'd be more than happy to help new players. And it looks like I had some microphone issues, so I guess we'll have to skip out on the post-game interview. But GG to Buffalax anyway, and thank you very much for the race.
Yeah.
So with that, Will goes up 1-0 in this best-of-3 match. And pretty close match overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next one.
Looking forward to running it.
Oh, I guess Buff can answer in chat. So, first question. Saw that you went with the double red mage party. When you saw that exit was level 1 in a slot where red mage couldn't learn it, did you think about remaking your party? Looked like sticking with it ended up paying off at the end. You found Warp, which is just as good, and Life 2 in a learnable slot as well.
Yeah. And fast. Pretty good sheet for red mages, to be honest.
Yeah, that the level 2 spells were pretty loaded, weren't they?
Yeah. Even the level 3 healing wise was loaded.
Notice that you did Marsh and then Ordeals. Did you make a gamble because you felt like you were behind, or I'm just curious as to what your thought process was behind that routing?
Yeah. I love it, the gambles though. It could have paid off, Buffer. So it was night. So you were actually hoping for a ruby inside March or deals, Buffa?
I think I'd almost rather go into Marsh Cave. I'd rather go into Earth Cave twice than.
Okay, I see. Well, with warp available, it's pretty fast, but you can never know as you saw frost walls with poison.
Yeah, that Frostwolf fight. I think that nearly got you.
Yeah, that I was clenching pretty hard there. How many runs did I fail in that? Maybe 3, and I escaped with, I think, double-digit HP or close to it.
You had 106 left.
106. Yeah, I was very displeased with my inability to run. Again, that's another reason I was regretting not taking a thief throughout almost the entire race.
That situation can be solved, Will, by just casting Fire 2 and the Frost Wall should go down. So next time, just run with 2 and cast Frost, Fire 2. This should go down fast.
I think my major wipe on first run through and the second one second.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, you know, that's how I deal with them.
Sure.
Buff, I noticed that you opened a lot of chests after finding the crown. Were you looking for that second ribbon before you felt comfortable to go into the Temple of Fiends? All right. I think that's about all the questions that I had. Did you have anything, Shai?
No, all got answered, so I enjoyed the race. So, and I would like to thank Fiesel for hosting us on Speed Gaming 3. Keep up doing the great work, and thank you for that.
All right. Thanks again, Fiesel. Will, Buff, do either of you have any other comments before we wrap things up?
GG to Buff. That was a much closer race than I would have. And I'm sure the next one will probably be just as competitive.
All right. Yeah, please follow the runners. Twitch.tv/Buffalax and Twitch.tv/WillBloodworth. You can see the links right there. Thanks, Fiesel. And thank you to DD Gamings for doing the tracking and syncing up the backgrounds. Much appreciated for your work on that. On behalf of Shyleza, I'm Edgestream, Edgeworth, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you on future Speed Gaming broadcasts. And hey, don't forget about the race that's starting up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for joining on Commentary Edge. Was fun.
Anytime. Happy to commentate with a fellow member of Team Tyro.
Go Team Tyro.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Have a great evening or night.